Welcome to episode 3. I've made some decisions about how I want to start repairing some of my items. The first one, Fanciful Flower Tales, I had originally thought of just repairing to make the spine look a little bit better and a little bit nicer. But as I took a look at the book, I realized it has bigger problems than just the spine. The stitching has broken, and in the back, actually in the middle, it's quite broken. And in the back, there's an odd place where the pages used to be glued together that has kind of split apart. And I researched editions. There are editions out there. This is not very rare or very unique. So I think I would like to do a more extensive repair on this and turn it back into a more readable copy. But that's going to be a much bigger project than I had originally thought of doing right now. The back cover then also needs some cleaning. It's fairly dirty. So for now, I'm setting this one aside. And in digging through things I found, this little text block that I had made during a class on sewing gatherings onto tapes. And I'd never done anything with it. So I thought, well, why don't I put that in a cover? It would make a nice little notebook. So that's going to be an upcoming project I want to work on. What I'm going to work on next, though, is this detached bit of the spine on my magic carpet stories. And I researched this. This is absolutely not a rare or a unique book. It's an uncommon edition, but it's not anything super special. I feel very comfortable working on repairing this. This damage happened before I had learned that when you want a book off the shelf, you don't pull the top of the spine, because this is what happens. I also, at that time, hadn't learned that one shouldn't just pull the spine either, but that it's best to grab the whole book, push books in on either side of it so you can get a hold of the book. But I know that now. So I took some of this mulberry hinging paper that I had gotten at an art supply store, and I wanted something rather thin because this cover paper is actually pretty thin. It's too thin to really lift up without tearing. So I want to put something on the top. So I took the hinging paper and kind of pulled it apart to get a thinner layer, because this hinging paper did seem to be made of a couple of different layers of paper kind of put together. So I was able to separate a thinner piece, and I took some colored pencils and colored it so the color would blend. Most people I know do this coloring or toning with watercolors. I'm more comfortable with pencils. It creates kind of a less uniform color that I think in the final repair blends really well, and it looks pretty good once adhesive is on it and everything. So this is the piece that I colored to blend a bit here, and it's going to show. It's going to be an obvious repair, but It's all right. And then the back cover is more of a purple, so I colored this one. Kind of blend there. I have some methyl cellulose, so I'm going to mix that up and adhere those patches on here. Put wax paper and wrap it in an ace bandage, or wax paper, waste paper to absorb the moisture, and wrap it in an ace bandage, and we'll see. This paper is fairly glossy, so I don't know how well it's going to stick. It may not stick, and if it doesn't stick well enough, then I'll take a little bit of sandpaper and use the sandpaper to rough up the paper where I want the patches to adhere, and I'll try again. So I'm kind of excited. We'll see what happens. Hopefully I'll have a successful repair to show you next time, or I'll be able to tell you what I learned. I hope you all have been checking out the resources and learning and enjoying. And thank you very much for watching and um, allowing me to share my enthusiasm for book repair. Bye-bye.